What's your recruiting process with your coaches? A lot of people do that, have the area coach
Mhm.
model. How do you kind of go about structuring your recruiting
So
process?
what we'll do is in the state of Kentucky, we will do area code, and we'll send guys out in different area codes. We've got 502, 270, 859, which is Lexington area, 606, which is Eastern Kentucky and everything. So I'll send coaches out for Kentucky. But when we go nationally, we go straight position because
Really? Okay.
I don't think that, I'm going to send a guy to Texas to get every position and then bring it back. I just think we can recruit with social media now. I mean, there's so much
Yeah.
there's so many more ways of recruiting now than with Twitter, with our ability to be able to reach kids everywhere. We don't have to go out so much. Now, there are parts. I coached for 1 year down in Southeast Texas at a high school down there, and I know all those guys down there, so I've got real good ties down there. We got a defensive tackle who actually played running back down there in that area, but he's playing D tackle for us. And he's starting right now, and he's just a dude. We gave him a real good
Yeah.
scholarship, but there's pockets that we'll go to. So we'll just stay position wise. If we know a quarterback in Texas that my quarterback coach likes, I'm going to allow him to recruit Texas, just the quarterbacks in Texas. We've got a guy from Florida who our D-backs coach is from Florida. He knows a lot of guys in Florida, so he gets a lot of information and he'll just feed it to all the other coaches. So but state of Kentucky will go out to the different schools
Area.
and then we'll grab all the guys and then we'll come back and then we'll kind of, give them out to each guy and then we start hitting up by position. So I just like having that position coach go out and talk with those guys just because it makes it much more authentic because that's the
Yeah.
guy you're going to be with the whole time anyway. Why
Yeah.
should my quarterback coach be recruiting an offensive lineman when he's going to be with the offensive line coach the whole time? So
Yeah.
I mean it's different that our quarterback coach is the offensive coordinator, so he would be with him too. But I guess that was a bad example.
For sure.
But you know what I'm talking about.
Parents of high school football players, you're probably already investing in private schools, trainers, nutritionists, camps, and travel, doing everything you can to help your son, but he's still not getting the level of exposure he deserves, and all that effort is going to waste. That's why I created the Football Scholarship Playbook, and inside are the exact step-by-step systems, scripts, and templates I used to earn a Division I SEC scholarship at Ole Miss at just 5'7" and 150 pounds, and that I now use to help athletes just like your son, where 89% of the players who follow this playbook earn scholarship offers. And right now, I want to send you a copy completely free. All that I ask is that you just cover shipping. So if that sounds interesting, click the link in the bio or go to gonextplay.com/free, grab your copy today, and give your son the proven system to earn the offers he deserves.
What do you like when you get outreach from a player? Because like some of those softwares and those huge
Yep.
emails, and you're like,
Yep.
a lot of coaches that I know, they just say they delete it or they put it in an all review later folder that they never review or
Sure.
something. So what do you like to get from players that you're like, you know what, I'm going to spend time on this kid and spend a minute of my life and watch his film versus the other 150 emails you get where you're like, no, I don't have time.
So, to that point though, if the kid is personal about who he is, that's what I love. I love
Yeah.
hearing, "Hey coach, I looked more on your website and I really like how
Yes.
you do this." You know what I'm saying? So, but here's the funny thing. There's so many emails that you get and it says, "Hey coach, I really like UVYs because," and it's coming to me. And I'm like, dude, you
Oh,
didn't
they're
even
not even
change the
sending the right.
name.
Yeah.
So most,
I-
but if they do, and all they got to do is a little research, just look at our website for 2 minutes.
Go to the coach's bio.
Exactly.
Just go to the coach's
That's
bio,
it.
find something in their bio.
Just
Hey,
something.
coach, got
Yep, just something real small. And I like, but we do respond to every email that we get. Now, and here's the thing,
wow.
okay?
Okay. That's very rare, just so you know.
And now
Very rare.
it's either coming from me or I do have GAs that monitor it as well. But here's what we do, okay? Every email that's sent to us, we will respond. It may not be a personalized email, but it will say, we'd love to get to know you more. Fill out the recruiting questionnaire. And we send the link. If they fill out that recruiting questionnaire, it's going to go to our system. We have a scaling engine system that their name goes right into it and they become one of our recruits. So if they weren't on that list before, they start getting all the information, all the game day visits, all the December visit dates, all that. They're going to get all that stuff if they fill out the recruiting questionnaire. But if they don't fill out the recruiting questionnaire, they're not going to get any of that. So all they got to do is, send a nice email. We will respond to it. And if they're 26s, we're actually asking them to apply for school right now. Hey, we'd love to get to know you more. Hit the link below and apply. Once they apply, boom, they go right in our system and now they become a recruit. And then we ask them, hey, get on campus. If they get on campus, there's the funnel. The funnel's getting smaller and smaller. Okay. And if they respond to that email, then they get the email to get on campus. There's the funnel getting closer. Now they get to campus. Funnel's getting tighter. Now we're getting smaller and smaller amount of kids that we actually have to talk to and recruit because they're doing everything we're asking them to do. So in our program, that's what we're looking for. Guys that do everything the right way. So if they continue in that funnel, they may not be the greatest football player. However, they're doing things the right way. So they're guys that we want on our team. That's kind of how the funnel works.
Yeah. They're coachable.
Correct. Exactly. And if you're a great player but not a great person, hit the road. That's not what we're looking for.
So, but let me ask you a question on that though, because like I said, one of the things we're big on is like, hey, do the questionnaire up front? You know what I mean? But before like doing visits and stuff like that, we're really big on like making sure that there's coaches who have watched their video and there's a potential interest, sure. Right? So when kids reach out to you and say, hey, I filled out the questionnaire, I got an invite, I'm really interested. However, I want to make sure that there's an opportunity down the road. If I were to make the trip or if I were to, is that when you would get on a call with them or watch their film? Like,
there you go.
Kind of go
That's
that?
What we're going to do. If they sign up for a visit, we're watching their film. So they know that if they sign up for that visit, we're going to watch their film. If we really like them, boom, we'll get on the phone. We'll say, hey, this kid's a dude, So now we flag him and we go, okay, this guy's coming to campus and he's a dude. But now we may, throughout all the different ways that kids come in, the X and everything, we'll watch film on X right away because it's right there, But if they come in and they decide to visit, we are watching that film. And a lot of times we'll watch it as a staff, and then we'll know exactly what we want to do with that kid when he comes in, So